Zuranski. I'm with Dr. Asa Morton. He's one of the charitable heroes that I met along my pathway through life. And Dr. Morton, I wonder if you'd explain a little bit about your program on helping people in Guatemala.
Well, Ralph, thanks for asking. I work with a group called Helps International, started in the early 80s by some very good people that decided they wanted to make a difference in one of our neighbors in Central America. It's a country that had been ravaged by civil war for 30 years. A recent peace treaty signed in 1996 gave us the opportunity to start to heal some of the wounds that were caused during that lengthy period. I'm a physician and I do reconstructive surgery and vision reconstruction surgery in the form of cataract surgery. So it seemed like a natural fit. About 10 years ago I became involved with that group and have organized vision restoration teams and plastic surgery of the face teams to handle burns, machete wounds, and other tumors of the face. So it's been my pleasure to work with them and to have them allow me to join their wonderful effort.
I know what you've done has really helped a lot of people, and it's a huge project that you do in generating the funding to do that and getting all the doctors to help. You alone, I think, probably in this particular area, would be able to define what a true hero is. What is heroism to you?
It's a hard question to answer because I'm a little uncomfortable with the word hero in regard to the work we do. I feel fortunate to be able to organize teams and to work with other people who share those goals. What we're doing is what we do here. We're just taking that product somewhere where it's not available and making it available to people without access to care. So in terms of my being a hero, I guess I understand the purpose of the web page, and I'm honored to be included in that group, but I think it's just an opportunity that God gave to me and that I've tried to do something with and share with others and grow it into a bigger and better thing.
What is your perspective on goodness, ethics, and moral behavior?
You know, we make a commitment to ourselves and we lead life in the way that we choose. The standards we use help us to define who we are and how comfortable we are being the people that we are. I try to lead my life by the tenet that I do what makes me happy, with the express caveat that it doesn't harm others and the sincere hope that it helps others.
There's a real question about sacrificing your life for others. There's people that run into a burning building, or troops in the military that give their lives. Sometimes there's people that sacrifice their lives in helping others. What is your perspective on sacrificing your life?
Well, I have several lives. You know, I have a professional life here. I'm fortunate to be in private practice in San Diego and to be able to earn a reasonable income. With that responsibility comes providing for my family. I have young boys and a wife, and I want to provide for them an education and the opportunities that come with the first world. Beyond that, though, and what is left over allows me to carry, with their support, that willingness to help others into another world, into a world where those conditions aren't as favorable for young people to have educations and for people to have access to medical care. So when you put it all together, you have to have a healthy first life existence if you're going to work in the third world. And combining the two and keeping both worlds working in symbiosis is a difficult thing, but very rewarding.
When was the lowest point in your life, and how did you change your path to win a victory over all obstacles?
Wow, that's a tough question. I had a pretty bad injury in the early 80s in a small ultralight plane crash, and came very close to dying and or becoming a paraplegic. But I healed, had several months while I was in hospitals and convalescing to reflect on the issues in life that are really important. And I think that was a good refocusing point, sort of in the middle of my life to date, to stop and evaluate the directions I was going and ensure that everything counts.
Do you have a dream or a vision that sets the course of your life?
I think that's an evolving dream. I want to stay involved with our work in Guatemala. Helps International has been such a great organization to work with. Their president, Steve Miller, has been such a friend to me and an inspiration for the development of this large organization that's literally helped hundreds of thousands of people to date over the time that we've been involved together. I'd like to evolve my professional life to a point where my financial situation allows me more opportunities to travel into Guatemala. I also want to develop the youngsters that we take with us. We take high school students and young doctors and nurses into this environment and give them an introduction to humanitarian care and these causes at a time when they're still early in their development, where the seed can be planted and can grow for many years. I think that's been the greatest reward over the last few years of my involvement with humanitarian work.
Do you take a positive view of setbacks, misfortunes, and mistakes?
I think these are all part of our lesson pack, and if you do have a setback and you absorb only the negative from that setback, then it's just that, a setback. But if you evaluate it and find out why you were set back by this and learn from it and go forward, then it becomes a valuable lesson.
Do you think that it's important to be an optimist?
I think some days you can be an optimist. There are days when I'm definitely pessimistic and I need to work and understand why I feel that way. But the more I work towards being an optimist, I guess, the better and more productive I am.
Do you feel that it takes courage to pursue new ideas and new paths in your life?
Does it take courage to pursue new ideas and paths? Well, one of my preceptors somewhere along the way in my medical education said, out of all your new ideas, maybe only 10% will work. So if you have a lot of ideas and you're going a lot of directions, you're throwing a bigger net out there, then your yield and the opportunity to make some of those come true increases. I guess every new idea I have, I don't expect to be a success, but by becoming involved with many new ideas, I sort of increase my opportunity to have one or two of them work out.